What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. Who enjoyed football today? I enjoyed football today. It's interesting. We only got to wait one more day, and then we have more football. So, yay there. We had some baseball games to go over. We got our picks we have to go over the weekend. I am highly excited to go over our picks for this weekend because somebody came back and got a W. That's what I'm talking about. But before we get into any of that stuff, we got to bring, as always, my compadre, the one, the only Mr. RT Casas. What's up, baby?
What's up? How we doing?
We're doing excellent, sir. We're doing excellent. I know we have a couple guests today. We don't have a babysitter for you, but the boys are distracted, so hopefully they continue to be distracted.
Yeah, let's see how long it lasts. So let's get this show on the road.
All right, let's rock and roll. Do you want to go football or do you want to go baseball first? I can go either way.
Let's get baseball away because my heart's a little broken right now.
All right. Well, in the American League, Tampa Bay has taken a commanding 3-0 lead over the Houston Assholes. It looks like one more game should send them away, and we're going to have Tampa Bay versus what seems to be Atlanta right now. However, and I'm going to this is a big however, the Dodgers did look amazing in that ninth inning, coming back from 6 runs. I mean, they were 90 feet away from tying the game. 90 feet away. That's how close it was to going into extra innings, guys. And I mean, one of the announcers said it, like the Dodgers are like that sleeping giant, and I think they finally woke up. So we'll see. I mean, you said this the other day to me. It takes 4 games to move on.
It does. I think the Dodgers are the deepest team in baseball. I mean, everybody knows it. I'm a Dodger faithful in terms of like a big fan. There's like 2 different kinds of fans, man. They're like the fair weather fans are like, yeah, everything's going good. We're slapping everybody around. And then there's other fans that as soon as we lose a game or as soon as 2 games, go down 2-0, fire manager, and why do we even do this, and why do we even root for them every year, and like, oh man, well, I guess next year. And it's like, dude, like, I get we're not in a good spot down 2-0, but I mean, it's the Dodgers, like, you gotta beat them 4 times.
Yeah.
You gotta beat them 4 times. And we caught a bad break in terms of Kershaw waking up with back spasms this morning,
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, great, the other day, they barely beat us the other day. It's not like, there was one real good inning. And same thing today. Like, they kind of had one really good inning, Atlanta, on us, and they got away from us. But again, I mean, we're the deeper team. Now we're going to get into, well, technically they faced our number 3 today, and Kershaw's still not coming back tomorrow. Maybe he'll come back the day afterwards. But now we gotta face their number 3, and they gotta face our number 4. And honestly, I feel like our number 4 is better than their number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, our number 3 was hanging in there except for like one long ball today, or I don't know how many runs ended up being on the ledger because he came out with like some danger still in there. But basically, one big home run was the difference in the game for him. Well, 2-run shots to Freddie Freeman. So I feel all right. Again, maybe it's just me looking at the glass half full, but that's just the way I see it, man. Like, it's just, you got to lose 4 games, dude. I don't think, again, I'd be very surprised if the Dodgers got swept. Do I think the Dodgers are still going to win it? Yeah. I had told you I didn't think they were going to sweep or win like 1 or lose 1 or 2 games. I thought it'd go 6 or 7 is what my guess was.
Yeah.
And right now, if the Dodgers rattle off 4 straight wins, they win in 6.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. The Dodgers are like that. Like, the Padres kind of did that where they woke the Dodgers up when Manny Machado started pounding his chest and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dodgers came alive, today in the 9th, and maybe it carries over. I was very worried, and I will always be very worried when the Dodgers go up against a left-hander because they're just not very good against lefties. So let's say if they make it to the World Series, my biggest worry is when we face Blake Snell, because the Dodgers just seem to struggle against left-handed pitching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that will be forever the case because we're just loaded with lefties, power lefties, and and lefty situations, especially in the playoffs, are more difficult because Bellinger and Muncy and all that. Sure, they hit the lefties here and there in the regular season, but it's usually like the lower tier lefties.
Yeah.
These are higher tier lefties. These dudes are really good lefty pitchers, so they're not gonna hit those higher tier lefty pitchers very well. So I was not surprised that we got dominated in Game 1 by Max Fried. I kind of expected that, and thinking like if we see him again, I will not be surprised. I think they'll try to do what they did again, which is get his pitch count up, and they did a good job because I think it was like at 27 pitches through 1 inning.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of went away from that and still didn't get as many pitches on him. But imagine, you have that dude at 75 pitches or so through 3 innings. Like, yeah, dude, that's a lot of pitches,
Yeah. I mean, I like busting your balls, but we're rooting for the Dodgers on this one here at the house. So I'm supporting the fam and what she wants, and it is what it is. So, I mean, when she walked away in the 8th inning, I was like, don't worry about it. You guys just picked up 3 more runs or whatever it was, 2-run blast. You guys picked up 2 more runs. All you need is 4 more. Like, you're right there. Like, stranger things have happened. And she's like, no, when have you seen a team come back like that? And I was just like, well, the Red Sox and the Angels. I told her in the World Series of 2002, I always bring my Angels up any way I can. But the World Series in 2002, the Angels were about to get fucking taken out. And they ended up coming back and winning Game 4, Game 5. Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7. So they counted us out. We were down on that 5th game. And they had, there's a great video of it, but they had already put plastic up in the visitors' dugout for the Giants. And they had brought down the trophy, and the owner had gone down to go look at the trophy and to go see like all the beer, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. When the Angels came back and won that game, or they made that rally and took the lead, those dudes that went in there and put a lot of stuff up really quickly shut everything down, pulled everything down, shut the thing, and then left. And the owner in that video comes out and says, like, I should have never gone down there. It was I cursed my team by going down there and looking at it before the game was over. And I was like, well, thank you. But like I'm saying, stranger things have happened. Like that, like you said, the Dodgers can come out and rattle 4 off right now, and now you're in the World Series. Now nobody's going to see the 0-2 start. You're going to see the 4-2 series win. So rooting for the Dodgers here. Hopefully everybody is rooting for them. And also, I know everybody's rooting for Tampa Bay and not the Houston assholes. So I think we're going to be okay there. They're up 3-0. But, shit, stranger things have happened once again.
Yep. Yeah, I could definitely see it. Yeah, for sure. Man, dude, I'm looking at these scores. Did you see the scores on these some of those games?
Yeah.
Game 5, you guys got demolished.
Yeah.
You know what the score was?
I don't want to know.
I'm gonna tell you, it was 4-16.
Yeah, it was bad. Like they were legitimately like, it was Game 6. It was when we came back and won that game to send it to Game 7. And it was one of those things where they had all the plastic out. They had everything ready to go. They were getting ready to announce them. They had the hats, the shirts, everything. And then the Angels said, no, not just yet, motherfuckers.
And can you explain to me, speaking of the Angels, how did Mike Trout get on Tampa Bay's roster? Dude, anything he can be in the playoffs. What's going on there, Brent?
I don't even know who that is really, because I haven't been watching the Tampa Bay games. But dude, that picture. It looks just like him. Mike, if you're over there playing, I mean, do your best but damn.
I believe the picture that I sent you is of Hunter
Renfroe.
Yeah, I believe. Maybe just at that angle, but it looked just like Mike
it
Trout.
Really does. That picture has been circulating all around all of my Angel. Yeah, all of my Angel message boards and all that stuff. Like, I've seen that picture a few times, and I'm just like, and everybody said the same shit. Like, Mike Trout trying to get in there any way they can.
That's funny. Had you seen it before I sent it to you?
Yeah, I saw it a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. That was the first. I had just sent it, and I said, I got to send it to
you. Yeah, when you sent it to me, I was like, oh, this guy.
That was pretty funny. All right, so I think everybody and their mother is happy that the Astros are down 3-0. If obviously if Tampa Bay advances to the World Series and my Dodgers don't, I really hope Tampa Bay takes it. I really do. I really like that squad. I've told you I liked them since the beginning.
Yeah.
If they weren't up against my Dodgers, who I had going to the World Series, that I would take them to win the World Series.
Yeah.
So I said that from day one, and I still.
I'm with you right here, man. We legitimately, if you guys go back, we called the Rays and Dodgers in the World Series.
So,
it was just one of those things.
I think it's beautiful what Tampa Bay is doing to the Astros.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, absolute beauty.
I don't think anybody's like, oh man.
Right. I think everybody, and I hope somebody from the Tampa Bay, after they sweep them, if they sweep them, just comes out and says something like, "Oh, that's what cheaters get. They shouldn't even be on the field with us," or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love for one of those dudes to say something. You know who I could see saying something like that?
Who that?
Is Blake Snell.
Oh yeah.
The little vocal, I could see Blake maybe doing something like that and coming out and saying something. Other than that, I wouldn't know who else would come out and say something like that.
Yeah.
But I could see Blake. If somebody's going to do it, I feel like Blake would be one to do it because, well, one, he's got the baseball in his hands, so if they speak up, that would be good. Say, all right, you want to speak up? Say it a little louder when I'm on the mound.
I couldn't hear you. Whack! There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fucking A, man. Moving on from baseball. Hopefully the Dodgers turn around. Hopefully the Rays are done tomorrow. And then getting into the NFL picks of the week. I don't know. I tried that. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes. Artie has had a commanding lead, 3-1 lead actually, coming into this last weekend. But how the tables have turned. Not counting. It should have been 2 games. It should have been 2 games. But no, because I can't do that, dude. I can't pick the Bears hands down the whole time. It's still, I won 8-7. I won 8-7. I won 8-7. You, at the end of the day, you still lost, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for playing. The score now is 2-3. You do have a one week lead on me, but the game that turned the tide was the Jags and Texans, and thank you very much. You did pick the Bears. You did pick the Bucks, I should say. I picked the Bears. I never text you, so we'll let that one slide. Texans over the Jags. I had Texans. You had the Jags.
Yes, we have the same.
That's it. You know what I mean? Everything else we had exactly the same. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to talk about before we get into this week's picks, and we'll talk more about it on Friday. But Raiders beating the Chiefs. Did you see that happening?
I don't think anybody saw that happening. Although I saw a lot of bets going towards the Raiders' way in Vegas from a lot of things, because I heard that a lot of people it was such a big spread that they were taking the Raiders with the points. I mean, not the Raiders to win, but they're taking the Raiders with the points.
Yeah. Man.
So that was, wow.
I've never seen so many.
Shocker.
I've seen tons of Raider fans, right? But I've never seen so many goddamn Raider fans in my life, dude, after that Sunday's win. These last few days, all I've seen, everybody rocking their Raider gear. Like, they just won the World Series. The Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you got, I mean, granted, that was a hell of a win. Handedly, that was a hell of a win. But, like, they're coming out like they won the Super Bowl. Like, you did be the Super Bowl champions. And, I mean, I lost I was at 4-0 in one of my leagues. Now I'm 4-1 just because Patrick Mahomes wasn't completely Patrick Mahomes that day. And they were shutting him down. It was a really crazy game. So there's that one. The other one I don't think anybody saw was the Dolphins beating the Niners.
I mean, I don't want to say anybody saw, but I mean, I can see it. Their Dolphins are healthy. The Niners are not. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was taking the Niners, but I mean, if we're talking like shockers, I don't know about that, dude. You know,
like, winning that bad, like.
No, that bad? Yeah, I didn't know they were going to get their ass handed to them that bad. But I mean, I could have seen. Remember, I don't know. I think you could roll the tapes back, and I remember just debating back and forth between the Dolphins and 49ers, and I went 49ers just because. I mean, you got to go against with the better team, but geez, they're just walking wounded right now, and I think they've been doing a really good job just to hang around where they've been at.
Yeah.
Except for this game, this is one game where like, oh damn,
43 to 17. Jeez.
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, if you look at all the other games, the only other game that was kind of like that, I guess there were two because same score, 30 to 10, the Cardinals over the Jets. And then the Rams over the Washington football team. But I think both times we expected that kind of outcome.
Right.
Oh, the other one. Well, even the Ravens, though. Ravens beating the Bengals 27-3. I think we kind of expected a big game from the Ravens.
Yeah.
So, like, that wasn't like, what just happened? You know what I mean? But watching the Dolphins come out and put a freaking 43 spot on the Niners, like, whoa. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. I think the other surprise game of the week was just how bad your Cowboys really are. I mean, the Giants were controlling that game. And, dude, my heart goes out to Dak. I'm glad I still haven't seen the injury. I took a little nap because I was out of town and I took a nap right at the beginning of the Cowboys game. And I said, when I wake up, I'll check on the Cowboys game. And I woke up to, like, those alerts of, Dak is down. Dak is going to have surgery tomorrow. Like, what the hell? Dak is down? He's going to have surgery? What's going on here? And then gruesome ankle injury, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm just going to try to stay away from this now, like, seeing it. Because you know me, dude. Like, I support your Cowboys and stuff like that. And I like to give you a hard time, but I do support your Cowboys. And more than anything, I've been a big believer in Dak. I've drafted him in a lot of leagues and back-to-back years, and I feel bad for the dude. Like getting hurt the way he did, and the contract not this issue now, and now it's going to be linger even longer because I don't know what happens next year. Like what they sign him to the minimum? I don't know. I don't know what happened.
A lot of people brought up the contract situation, and I'm like, right now, it's not important. Like, yeah, business standpoint, like, he gambled on himself, and this is one of the biggest reasons that people were opposed to him doing this and taking the franchise tag and not signing that $38 million a year contract with, like, 120 guaranteed or whatever. Like, he wanted that 42 or above from there. Like, and he was balling out. Like, granted, the Cowboys had to be coming back from every game to try and get a win, but he was balling out, dude. He was looking he looked like he was going to get that big old contract. And then for this to happen, like, Lee, dude, like I feel bad. Like, I hate that he gambled, but that's exactly what you did. He gambled, and he lost. And that's my quarterback, bro. You know what I mean? And now we got to ride the Red Rocket, whatever they want to call him.
Well, I don't think he's bad. I think
he dropped. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't want.
Doing admirably.
Yeah, I think so as well. He dropped some dimes, and they were looking like we needed that at the end of the game, and he came in and he dropped the dimes and he did work. So he even
also dropped the ball though, right?
He did, but he picked it back up, so it's okay. He dropped.
Did they score?
He dropped the ball. No, he picked it up. Oh no, they took it away. Yeah, and then they scored. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
Yeah, man, your Cowboys are assed out. I think they still find a way to win that division.
I think so too. And actually,
they just run away though with the most overrated tag.
While we're talking about Mr. Dalton, he actually posted a open letter to the Dallas Cowboy fans. It says, "My name is Andy Dalton. You might remember me from my time at TCU. I beat Russell Wilson in the Rose Bowl. I know I never won any playoff games in Cincinnati, but I never played on a team this good. Losing Dak hurts, and my prayers are with him, but don't give up on the season. I can give Zeke the ball and toss it up to Michael and CeeDee enough to win the division. Your team is safe with me. Stay strong, Cowboys Nation. I got this. Sincerely, Andy Dalton, number 14. Like, I think he didn't need to do that, and I think it's admirable of him to be like, hey, guys, like, it sucks what happened, but look, I can hand the ball to Zeke. I can do that. It's easy. And I can throw the ball up to the big guys, and hopefully they jump up and get him. Like, just, let's just try and save the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was.
I actually think this might, in some ways, help the Cowboys because I think they're a better team when they control the game through the running attack.
Yeah, I think.
Granted, they don't have like the linemen to really do it like the way they normally do it in terms of where they could dominate it.
Yeah.
They can still control it, but they can't really dominate it because they have dudes hurt, right?
Right.
But I think they could still control it. They just can't dominate it. And he has enough weapons where he's a good enough quarterback to play action once they start doing that.
Yeah.
And I think with Dak, it was always kind of in the back of the head like, man, we could just set it up back there and let Dak throw it out if we need to. We don't have to really run it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like they had that kind of in the back of the head.
I think also, yeah, it does. I think also, not only with this last game, but just this year, I think Dak and Kellen were trying to prove something. Like, we can go more passing, than running. Save Zeke for a little bit later on in the season. Let's throw some more balls up there. Let's show them that I'm actually a passing quarterback, a mobile passing quarterback. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why the Giants did so well, because Kellen Moore learned from the clapper himself, Jason Garrett. And Jason Garrett was the one that made him the offensive coordinator. So I feel like that gave them a little bit of an advantage, but you got to go out there and play the game. The Cowboys are driving back, and Andy Dalton doesn't drop that ball right there. Who knows if they score that touchdown, and who knows if the game is that close.
Right.
But like we always say, if ifs and buts were coconuts, we'd have a whole bushel. You know what I mean? We can go, if this would have happened, if Dak hadn't have gotten rolled over on and broken his ankle, would they have still won? Would that fumble and that touchdown, would that be negated now? Would you know what I mean? So like, so many things could have happened differently, but at the end, the Cowboys did win. So,
yep. And they're 2-4.
They are 2-4, leading the NFC East, or the NFC least is what I'm going to call it right now. Let's get into this week's picks, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we got the Texans and Titans going up first. I'm going to go with the Titans because they balled out today. Who you got?
Yeah, Titans. That's an easy call.
All right, we got the Bengals and the Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts this time. Who'd you got?
This time? You picked the Bengals? Colts.
Colts. I picked the Bengals once. I picked the Bengals over the Browns like 3 weeks ago when they played, and that's when what's his name decided to wake up dangerous.
Okay.
I'm worried about this next pick because it's the Falcons and the Vikings. The Vikings have been playing like shit, but the Vikings right now, Dalvin Cook is a maybe. If Cook,
I don't care who the Falcons are playing, man. I'm taking the other team.
I'm gonna go with that because I think Cook is gonna come back. I see you take the Vikings as well. We'll go with that. We got
You could ask me first if you think that I'm copying you.
No, you're good. I was trying to get to that, and it never happened. So, we got the Broncos and Pats. I'm gonna go with the Pats on this one.
Patriots.
You got the Patriots as well. All right. We have the no-name team, the anonymous team, versus the New York Giants.
That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
That's a toilet bowl game of the week for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with Washington though. I think they're gonna beat. Fuck, I don't know, man. The way Washington played this last week. Fuck. I'm gonna stick with my gut says the anonymous team is gonna take the W.
Geez, I really, yeah. I'm gonna take Washington for sure because, well, not for sure, but like, just because I think Alex Smith might be the quarterback next week, and
yeah,
the way working itself out.
All right, Ravens and Eagles. I'm pretty sure you're going Ravens on this one.
Ravens.
All right, we got the Browns and the Steelers now. Browns have been looking pretty good the last couple games. The Steelers have been hanging tight. What do you think?
Steelers are a top 3 team, so Steelers for sure.
All right, here we go. Loud and clear. Bears and Panthers. I will pick the Bears.
This week.
As I have been.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'll give you the win if you take the Bears the rest of the season.
I still won the week. I'm good to go.
Okay. what I thought.
Bears or Panthers?
You know what? The Bears are looking good. I'm going to take the Bears.
All right. Lions and Jags. I got the Lions on this one.
Damn.
What you gonna do?
Jaguars did me dirty last week.
Mm-hmm. That's where you lost the week.
I sure did.
You gonna go
look at the rest of the week? Hold on, let me look at the rest of the week.
We got the Jets and Dolphins after that. If you want to go to the next one and come back to it, Jets and Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll come back to it.
All right. I gotta go with the Dolphins because the way they looked, I'll take them. Beating the Jets especially. Packers and the Bucks. The Buck stops here. I'm going with the Packers. You're going with the Packers. All right. The Rams and the Niners. If the Niners come out the same way, the Rams are going to roll right over them. You got the Rams as well. All right. Cardinals and Cowboys. Here is where the rubber hits the fucking road.
TV. Cardinals.
All right.
Fuck the Cowboys. I don't believe them no more.
It hurts, man. It hurts. If I go with my gut, my heart, I should say it's the Cowboys, but I got to go with the Cardinals. I think they're the more defined team right now, and I think they're going to take that for the W. So I got to go with the Cardinals on this one. And they're playing fucking Monday night. It's pissing me off. And then finally, we got the Chiefs and the recently not perfect Bills. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one, and you have your Ulta pick, so I'll put the little asterisks on there. There you go. So what are we doing, Lions or Jags, buddy? We're back to the beginning. Artie?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
All right, while you're thinking about that one, I think my lock of the week is going to be... Ooh, this is a tough one right here. I'm going to go with the Titans over the Texans. This is going to be my lock of the week. I think that one is a no-doubter. I think the Titans are going to run over them. I think they got this.
Yeah, tell me why.
Tell you why. Derrick Henry was throwing people around today. Josh Norman is never going to live this game down. I don't know if you saw Derrick Henry running around that side. Josh Norman went to go tackle him high. He just grabbed him under the shoulder pad and tossed him to the side like he was a dirty towel. I think they take this week's win, and moving forward, they go ahead and take the Texans out. It's going to be a close game, but I think the Titans win by 6 points.
All right.
Tannehill, by the way, Tannehill also had 4 passing touchdowns. He was looking really good. I'm going to go with the Titans on this one.
Okay. I'm almost done with my decision. Tell me, I don't know, tell me something else about a game here. Give me some other info that I would not know.
About the Titans and Jags? Or the Lions and Jags?
Who's going to be the surprise pick, maybe, the week?
The surprise? Who's going to take a W out of the clutches of fucking... What happened? I think if anybody comes out and it's like a crazy win, I think it'll either be the Browns beating the Steelers or the Cowboys beating the Cardinals. Honestly, if they beat the Cardinals, I'm like, holy shit.
Okay. All right. So I made my decision. I got to go with the Lions. I looked at their scores, how they've been doing. I've seen the Jaguars in the scores. Jaguars have been just so inconsistent.
Yeah, they're up or down.
They're both 1-3, but I feel like the Jaguars kind of got lucky on their one win, and the Lions have maybe just lost to some good teams, but kind of hung in there. And now that they got Galladay back, I just think that team's a lot better with Galladay. So I just looking at the stuff, like looking at the numbers and how they work out, I just go with the Lions. And honestly, I was leaning towards the Jaguars. I'm not gonna lie. Until I started looking at these numbers, I was leaning towards the Jaguars, but I didn't realize how bad their numbers were.
Yeah.
Going into that, so I don't see anywhere where me and you really picked different this week, huh?
I think we're pretty much down the line the same way. I think it's going to end up being a wash somewhere, or this week.
I mean, we're both going to be wrong somewhere. That we pick them all, but. So I think more than anything, like you said, what I'd like to give the listeners is more like, okay, where do I think that I could be wrong this week? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, okay, I'm
So
there with you.
That to me is big. So
The way the Steelers came out and played this last week, I think the Browns have an opportunity. If they play like they did this last week, I think they have an opportunity to steal that.
I'm glad you're taking the lead on there instead of letting me talk first on
Exactly.
little statements that I want to talk about. Considering I let you pick every single thing first. So I think that is a game that could be surprising because I think the Browns have been playing better than expected, and the Steelers didn't do as well as expected this last week. Obviously, I think it could be a coin flip. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars won this week. Between the Lions.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if the 49ers won this week. I'd be a little surprised if the Cowboys won, against the Cardinals. Wait. Oh, I put the Chiefs on. The Bills, I would not be surprised if the Bills beat the Chiefs this week. Like, if we're looking at games, I'm like, damn, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I know I picked the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But, like, games where I'm like, man, all right. And then, so let's talk about where it's like...
I mean, granted, the Bills look subpar. They only put up 16 points this week.
Yeah, but that's because Allen was kind of like... He looked like... I don't think that dude was right this week. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
That's just my opinion. I don't think that dude was right. Because he's been rolling. And then all of a sudden, he had a question mark on him all week. And all of a sudden, they don't do very well. Again, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expected them to be like that. Maybe some recovery time changes that around, and then he comes out and balls out. Maybe there's a book out on the Chiefs. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, everybody's definitely going to look at how the Raiders attack them and try to use that as a blueprint on how to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are some games that I think could be. I wouldn't be surprised if they got flipped the other way. Now let's talk about and you give me some games that maybe you think that you're like, all right, here's your opportunity, Brent.
All right.
I don't hear why? I don't want to just hear.
Well, I told you the Texans and Titans. I know we both picked the Titans. The Texans are still a solid team, man. They can come out and steal one. Like I said, the Browns, if they look like they did this past weekend, I think they have the opportunity to beat the Steelers. A ball falls one way. Somebody drops one, a pick here out of nowhere. It never happens. Baker Mayfield has had moments of stardom, to be honest with you. He's also had...
I don't even think it's Baker. So, like, my buddy Joe kind of mentioned that today.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I just saw Baker's numbers. They're not anything good. You know why the Browns are winning? It's because they're rushing the ball.
Yeah.
It's not...
They got crazy... But here's the thing. So, running the ball so much, they're with Hunt and Chubb, they're opening up a little bit more passing for him. I don't think he had that in years before, having those types of players. Or like that duo.
But Chubb is done, right? He's hurt for a couple weeks.
Oh, is he? I didn't even catch that one.
I mean, so it's all Hunt.
I mean, but Hunt can move, so.
Oh, he could. I mean, before he got in trouble last year and got suspended for the year and released and all that. I mean, he's a baller, dude. So the Browns scored with getting him but now he's a 3-down back, so that's interesting,
Yeah.
Like I felt like before they were doing a great job of splitting the carries and using them. But now Hunt goes back to being a 3-down back. Maybe he gets tired. Maybe he's not as effective. Now the Steelers could zero in on just Hunt. Again, I'm just giving like plain devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I think, we picked the Steelers, and this is what makes me go back and forth. Like, oh damn! Like I actually think that game would have been closer if they had the two-headed running back monster back there.
Yeah.
Now that they don't, that's really what made me say, oh, Steelers, easy. You know what I'm saying? I would have deliberated over a little bit more like I did with like the Lions and Jaguars if they had their two-headed monster. But yeah, that's definitely one. And believe it or not, I know this one. I mean, you got to deliberate over it. Washington and the Giants. Like, we deliberated because they're both so bad. Like, it's like, oh God, one of them. We think one of them is actually going to score like double digits or something. Like.
I'm with you there, man. I honestly, I like that Alex Smith came back. He got sacked 8 times. I was like, every time I heard he got sacked, I was like, oh man, I hope he's still okay. But I think Alex Smith comes out and beats New York. I mean, I honestly do. I think with the full week's reps and really playing with the number one guys, like Alex Smith was a baller, man. No matter where he went, he always balled out. He only stopped being the number one because he got hurt.
Right.
He couldn't stay healthy. He was the number one everywhere he went, and he couldn't stay healthy. That's why the only reason he didn't play.
Right. I agree. I totally agree. You know, he's definitely he for some reason he reminds me a little bit of a Troy Aikman. He understands how to control the game, and he would throw up solid numbers, not like game changing kind of numbers, but man, he threw the ball when he needed to. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't have the weapons that really, Aikman had, but I'm just trying to say in terms of that.
Yeah, of the leadership on the field, being a, what do they call it, field general.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely that. And, so I don't know. So I think that's another game that could easily go back and forth. So who are we talking about our locks, right? Let's talk about our locks.
Well, I said Titans over the Texans.
But earlier you said that's a game that wouldn't be surprise you. How could that be a lock though?
I think the Texans are going to run over, or the Titans are going to run over the Texans. But it's one of those you never know what's going to happen any given Sunday.
But how can you say like that's a lock and still just say like Texas can still beat them? I'll give you an example. I think the lock for me this week is going up and down here. Man, I feel like the Ravens and Eagles is a lock, or the Colts and Bengals. Because I just think the Bengals suck so bad. Like, the Colts are just going to slap them around. I think the Eagles suck so bad.
The Ravens are going to slap them around.
Going to slap them around. Those are two, locks for me. The Falcons and Vikings would be... If the Vikings weren't... Man, if Cook was healthy... I'd be like, man, the Falcons are so bad. But I mean, still, Matheson as the backup running back is a really good running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be a starter on half of the other NFL teams.
Right.
Which makes me think, hey, I still take the Vikings to win, but are they a lock? I don't know about that. Cook was leading the NFL in rushing and rushing TDs and all that good stuff. So when some big element like that comes out, I can't say it's a lock,
Yeah. I got one for you. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the Packers and the Bucks.
Okay.
Right? Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers haven't really met too many times.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that Tom Brady, if he is allowed to actually do his job and not get hit and not get thrown on the ground and not get rushed, he's a field general, as they say.
And now, one time that dude was airing it out like crazy.
Yeah, but the Packers, you know what you're gonna get, and right now Rodgers is playing possessed. I'm sorry, but he's playing fucking possessed. He's trying to show them, go ahead and let me go. That's fine. I'm about to go ball up somewhere else, come back and whoop your ass.
Right.
Do you think the Bucks have a chance Bucks and Brady have a chance to come back and win?
Sure. But there's a lot of factors in this particular game. One is Devontae Adams. Is that dude going to be healthy this week for the Packers? If he's not, because look, okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate or make a case for the Bucks, right?
Right.
Okay, this is what it's going to take for the Bucks to win, right? If the Bucks are going to win, they need Devontae Adams to not be able to play for the Packers, their star wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
They need Chris Godwin to be healthy and play for them, and they need Fournette to be healthy and play for them. So they have two offensive weapons, especially Godwin, dude. Godwin is such a big X factor because either they air it out to him or they air it out to Evans against the Packers. But they have both of those. I mean, geez, Brady could do some damage. Again, if they have that passing attack and the Packers are missing their main guy, yeah, I could see the Bucks coming and winning this game. But if the Packers have Devontae Adams and the Bucks don't have Chris Godwin or Leonard Fournette, well, of course, the Packers are going to come out and ball out. As of today, this morning, the Bucks Chris Godwin was not practicing. He was on the sidelines running. I didn't see a report really on Fournette. I at least not that I paid attention to anyways. But I did see for Godwin, and that's because I have that dude in one league now. So I'm like keeping track of like, all right, is this dude playing this week or not? You know, because I traded for him, and I was trading for him in hopes that he'd be back this week. But who knows? You know, so that's two things that are really, those are some key players that I think is going to swing the momentum in the other team's direction. We're doing these picks without like really knowing that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, who do we think if everything's right and both teams are healthy, who's going to win? I think the Packers win. By a lot, no. But I think the Packers win if they're both healthy. Yeah, I think the Packers win. I just think they're more groomed to win. They've gelled together. They've been gelling together a lot longer. But again, I could see situations occurring where the Bucks come out and beat the Packers. You know, if things go their way with health for them and not health for the Packers.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there.
Yeah. Same with the Cowboys, man. If Dalton having a full week with the weapons he has at his disposal, dude, they come out and beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals haven't been by no means spectacular. The running attack, everybody's been talking about how Drake is easily one of the most overrated players or biggest busts of the season. The other big bust that everybody's talking about, even though his team's doing all right, is Lamar Jackson, you know?
Yeah.
Lamar has control over his game. So I think Lamar finds a way to bounce back. That's why I traded Evan for him. I traded DeAndre Hopkins for Lamar Jackson straight up, but I did it because I had Dak. And I needed a quarterback, you know? So, and I had depth at receiver and running back. So for me, I was like, all right, I think Lamar's played about as bad as he's going to play, and I think he's going to find a way to turn it around, and he controls whether he can turn around. I don't think that Kenyon Drake has really control over whether he turns it around or not, because he's running the offense that they're telling him to run, you know?
Yeah.
If the holes aren't there and that dude's not getting the holes to run through, well, there's nothing he could do. What's crazy is that they're not involving him in the passing game. They don't do any little dump off passes to get that dude into open space. And last year, that's what they were doing. That's why they were so deadly. Now, I think the Cardinals are busy and worried about trying to make DeAndre Hopkins happy, and that's why they're airing it out to him. But I just think that if you don't control the game while running, you're not going to be like an elite team. And if we look at all the teams that are elite, right, that are like up there, dude, they are all probably like in the top 5 in terms of rushing in the NFL. There's hardly any of the elite teams. Like look at what's her name, the Seattle Seahawks. You know,
yeah,
they have a good running team. They air it out too, but they have a really good running team. Packers have a really good running team. The Chiefs, they're freaks, but still they have a solid running team. Again, all the teams are doing really well this season. They're all really good running teams, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Just my thoughts.
Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. The game's got to get played. The players got to go do their thing, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I think, what did we say? Everything, we balled out. It's going to be a push this week, so it's going to be a surprise whoever doesn't win out what we're seeing here. But damn, if we pick them all, you guys take it to Vegas and make it happen.
Yeah. How about we put like a little asterisk or something next to who's our, hey, this is a team I see winning or possibly switching it. Put a little star next to the one you want.
I'll tell you right now, it's the Cowboys.
I'm going to say the Giants because we both think that.
Yeah, no, I think we're both. I'll agree with you on that one. The Giants, man.
Even the Lions and Jaguars, to be honest, but I'll take the Giants just because. I don't know, man.
All right. Right on. No, I mean, we both agree to both of those things. If Andy Dalton, with the weapons that he has a full week of practice, hey, who knows what could happen? Like you said, the Cardinals have not been playing, spectacularly well over the last couple weeks, so anything's possible. And also, the Giants, I mean, they played pretty damn decent this last weekend. They were a couple passes away from taking a victory right there.
I kind of wonder, are the Giants playing better, or are the Cowboys defense just that bad?
I think the Cowboys defense is just that bad.
I kind of lean towards that too. To be honest, man, that's been the story of the season for the Cowboys.
I think so as well, man. Well, the picks are in. We're hoping to see the Dodgers come out and win one tomorrow. We're hoping to see Tampa Bay close it out tomorrow against the assholes. But then, we'll have to wait and see, and we'll come back on Friday and talk all about baseball and what's going on, and we'll get that first Texans and Titans game out of the way. And but yeah, man, let's hear that patented Artie sign off, man.
All right, my friends, make sure to wash your hands and wear those masks, because you never know who has the Rona out there. Be safe. Mi gente, and I'll see you Friday
or whenever it is that we do the other one. But, yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this Tuesday night, Wednesday morning for you guys, probably. You have our picks. They're in. Don't forget to follow us, like us, subscribe, tell your friends about us, tell your friends' friends about us. Just leave a note somewhere and be like, hey, listen to the Blown Save podcast. You guys can reach us. Go to www.theblown-save-podcast.com. It'll take you right to our speaker, and then from there you kind of go wherever you'd like to go to listen to us. We do appreciate you guys listening to us, not only here in the States but all over the world as well. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys on Friday. Make sure you guys keep an eye out on our Instagram and our Twitters, because we are posting stuff throughout the week. We love you guys. See you soon.